Hey guys, welcome to another episode. So today, gonna go back to Purgatory and try the Sunless Sea quest. I have finished getting all the stat points that I can from the Mushroom quest. Just so happened I was talking with some friends and, I just had a lot of spare time where I could just kind of talk while doing something else in the background. So I just pounded out the last, I think it took me like an hour and a half or something, maybe 2 hours to get to this point. So now we're all set up, and it's pretty good because magic is really low. It's 60 points off max, so that should fall into my ladder category where I just can't max it. I'll max it last, and then the rest of my points that I get, the spare points from leveling, will go into dexterity, and hopefully next level I'll start to be able to find top tier gear. Now that's assuming that all top tier gear for the Iron Maiden is 210 dexterity, like their max stats. So I'm just a little bit off, but if I remember correctly, at level 50, you're supposed to have like a smart drop of about plus 35 or minus 35 of your current stats. So hopefully it's enough to reach the top echelon of drops. So while I was doing it, I actually found the gloves that I was after. Well, at least I think they're the ones I was after. They're spellcaster oriented. They have plus percentage magic, which is good because when you find these early on, you may not have, well, you won't have 250 magic. But later on, when you do have 250 magic on a mage, it's like all of a sudden that's plus 50 magic, plus 100 mana. That's pretty good. And I think it works into some spell damage as well. Other than that, it just seems like standard, pretty decent rings. Light radius isn't crazy, but I mean, the penalties aren't that bad, and I think that if someone early on found this, they'd be swimming in happiness. Trying to think what else I need here. Just found this. Not bad. And elixir strength. I won't be able to use this, but I can stash it for later. Well, I probably won't do it on this character. I'm 2 off max anyway, so I figure if I get, I'll get some shrines or something. It'll definitely happen. Now I can use this bow. Should be smooth sailing. Feel like it almost might be a little too easy, but part of me wanted to just get into the top drop system. We'll try it without going back for potions, just at the start. We'll see if it works out. Way too much light radius. Oh. It looks like these are just too much light radius. It's actually ridiculous how much light radius that is. Oh, and I also noticed that these changed too. At least I think they changed. No, they definitely changed. Instead of plus 60 health, it's plus percentage health, which ends up being about the same to me. I think I clocked it out to about 80 HP, somewhere around there. So, pretty good. I'm still happy as an assassin. I guess only so that scouts wouldn't use it, but I mean, scouts would probably elect a ring with damage or something with high stats, I'm not sure. The armor class went down. It just seems like the stats on mine got re-rolled. So this one's like pretty good in my opinion, stellar. Still maintained its 15%. Wait, it's 15%. I thought it was 20%. Resist all. Eh. And I lost 2 DFE on each of them, but I guess that's normal. It kind of makes sense. They are a little overpowered anyway. Like plus 20% to 30% HP is, an apex in its own. Resist all 15%, that's 0.75, 0.5 on the armor class, so eh. But I will have to look for a substitute, I suppose. Too much light radius is obviously not going to work in that quest. Put that as a maybe. fire resist, but dexterity maybe would help. I don't know. Resist all really doesn't do anything. All my rings don't really do much of anything. It's a shame. Well, I guess we're gonna do that then. I guess I can swap it out later. It's not like it absolutely has to be off the entire quest, just the start, I think. Yeah, we'll try one and see how that works. Okay, so I'm feeling squishy without that ring, but on the other hand, my damage feels really nice. My chance to hit is quite good, even from far away. Still kind of light radius-y, kind of bright. What does this give me? Actually gives me a ton of chance to hit. My DFE goes way down even more though. Maybe I'll swap those out. Keep my fast attack, a little bit of DFE, and we'll see where that takes us. I think something else that's helping me here is that the assassin has, like, when you hit an enemy, you only end up hitting one other enemy with you. Like, the enemy beside it would trigger, I suppose, like, within one square of it. Whereas other characters would maybe trigger 2 or 3 or more. I don't know exactly what they trigger, but supposedly it's the lowest according to the wiki, so. Teleport will not work here. I gotta say, coming here was extremely easy. Like, enemies were dying like it was nobody's business. So the stats are really making a big difference. I was half regretting the thought of doing this quest just because it seemed like it was, you know, it wouldn't really drop items that are applicable to my level. I think that there's just certain items that can't drop in Doom and whatever, certain affixes. So it's like sort of a waste of reward, but, well, it's not like I go back for a purgatory version of this once I'm even a higher level, so I should do it while the challenge is fresh. I'm still salty about King Leoric though, so I probably won't do that quest. Do I still have that Seeing Relic? I do have the Seeing Relic. That could be handy. As for updates, there is another update. If you're a newer player, I would go check it out, 5.1. Tons of uniques just released all the time, it seems. These uniques were, I think, for like the early, like semi-early base items of some other one. Oh, did I really? Dang. I already got the boss on me. That's not cool. Always have to kind of move. But yeah, the items don't really matter to this character, so I'll wait out a little bit. It seems like he has a little bit more time to work with now, with supporters helping him out, so that's good stuff. More uniques to come, and the way he's doing it seems pretty smart too. I originally thought that, you know, he might elect to do every single, like from the bottom to the top, all early level items would get a unique, and then they would like sequentially slowly reach the top end uniques at the very end. But that's not the case. He's gonna do like a big chunk of like the early game, which obviously goes without explaining, and then he'd follow by doing some mid game, just so that, you know, people who, there are like probably more people in the mid game now than there are in any other area, unless there's a lot of like people who are just trying the mod but not like talking about it or on the Discord. But my perception is that most people would fall in the mid-game category, so that's handy for them. And also, you know, if you're a newer player, you can still find these mid-tier items as you go along and be like, oh, maybe I can't quite use it yet, say if they play multiplayer, but they could use it a little bit in the future, something to look forward to. That's always handy. Oh, it wasn't the boss firing at me. Or maybe I'm behind a rock or something. Well, that's cool. Oh yeah, I'm behind a rock. Get obliterated, son. 172 points to damage. Wow, that is... Oh yeah, I guess she is a really high level enemy, so she should be able to drop, you know, top tier affixes pretty much. Oh, here we go. Oh, I can actually use these now. So 56 armor class. That is the next step up. Melee damage resist about the same. DFE goes up a little bit, so... Also, I think this would be classified as a plate? Well, no, it's called a mail, so maybe it's not. Long story short, they basically get more AC. There's like a formula that is based off of it being a plate or it being a mail armor. Anyway, I don't think it's applicable, because that's a mail armor.